Hello everybody, Mr. LEGO Lover 55 here, and welcome to another LEGO set review. Today we're taking a look at set 44011, Frost Beast. This set is recommended for ages 7 to 14 and has around 60 pieces. So taking a look at the packaging here, we've of course got Frost Beast right there in the center. We've got the Hero Factory logo going vertical. Got set info there, got a brain there. This would have been the brain attack logo there at the top, but it's cut off because I cut it off when I originally got this set. Shows the combination model between Stormer and Frost Beast. You can get 600 game points with this set, and that's pretty much it for the packaging. So let's go ahead and take a look at Frost Beast. Okay, so here's Frost Beast himself, or herself, or itself, I don't really know. These guys are just really creatures. But the first thing I'll point out before I forget is that this set does come with a hero core, which has a code on the back, and that code would be used to get game points in the Brain Attack game, which I don't know if you can play anymore or not, but yeah, it came with that. But Frost Beast is definitely a pretty cool figure. I'll say it's definitely my favorite of the Brain Attack beasts. And that's mainly because I'm a fan of white and translucent blue, light blue color schemes. I just really like, it just definitely really works with this set. But yeah, one of my favorite parts was that you got so many cool translucent light blue armor shells and just other pieces. So like these armor shells are really cool to get. They come in a lot of other like sets nowadays, or at least they did when Bionicle came out, or was I guess rebooted. But this was definitely cool to get all these cool new translucent pieces. I believe these in translucent light blue were new. They might have been, they might not have been. I don't exactly remember. I believe this blade here in this color is exclusive, so that's pretty cool. These claws here were nice to get in this cool light blue color. And honestly, I'm just a big fan of translucent light, not just specifically translucent light pieces, but translucent pieces in general. But yeah, this guy pretty much has all the ranges of posability you would expect. Just standard legs, arms, and wrists, and shoulders, all that stuff. It's got little finger articulation with the claws, so you can sort of make him have a fist and punch if you want. So that's pretty neat. But yeah, so on the back here, he's got not really a whole lot of coverage besides the brain, which this does actually provide some nice coverage, at least a little bit. Sort of looks like it's a bit of a rib cage, but you can also have that, dangling out like that if you want, like it shows on the packaging and everything. But or you can have it connect with this Technic piece here, so it stays back like that and sort of gives it a little more coverage. But yeah, so overall, my favorite part about this set is definitely the color scheme. However, and honestly, I just do like the look of it. He's not built in a very simple way. It is a very simple build, but not as simple as most of the other Hero Factory sets released around this time. And that's because they made this sort of little contraption here where they used those pieces to sort of give him a little bit of a hunchback, I guess, or at least give him a little bit of a wider shoulders or whatever. So I think that definitely works for this figure, and I'm glad they did that, because if they just made this figure really simply built, I don't think I really would have liked him as much. But yeah, so some other things, some things that I don't really like though. So you've got these new armor pieces right here, so, or at least they were new at the time, and I believe this might have been the only set to get them in white, and you got 3 of them in total. One thing I don't like about this one here on the chest is that when you try to grab the figure, sometimes you'll push this down, and that'll just come off easily, and that's something that I don't really like. But being perfectly honest, that's really the only major problem I have with this set, and maybe that and the fact that there aren't really any interesting play features like with some of the other Brain Attack sets, like with Evo, for example, the last review. He had like a little trident that could spin, and that was somewhat fun, I guess, but at least he had a function of some sort. Frost Beast here doesn't really have any sort of play feature besides the fact that you can take off his brain and sort of like, or take off the brain bug or whatever and sort of use that separately. And this is what Frost Beast looks like without the brain. He actually does look sort of cute, I'll say. I'm Frost Beast, or something like that. But yeah, definitely a pretty cool figure, and I do like how they used the Brain Attack head in trans dark blue. I think that's definitely a really cool. It would have been nice if they had done it in trans light blue or maybe even trans medium blue, but dark blue it's good. Dark blue is good. I do like the actual face mold on this. This is a very useful piece for like sort of snow creatures and all that. So definitely do like that mask or face or mold or whatever it is. But overall, that's pretty much it for Frost Beast. And I guess one other thing that I don't like is that this piece, this end at the end of his sword, this little hilt thing, this comes off really easily because it's just connected by this small little pin there, and that's pretty much it. It just comes off really easy, and also it's rubber, so that's another reason it does come off. But other than that, I don't really have any major gripes with this set. So let's go ahead and take a look at the instructions. So here is the instruction manual for this set. Here on the front, pretty much same stuff as on the front of the packaging. Here you can see the little, sort of the general outline of the story of the 2013 Brain Attack, summarized in a little comic thing. Here it shows that if you are confused, you should organize your pieces. Instructions, final product, our good old list of pieces. Little thing that says you can get 600 game points from that. Next page shows the combination model between Frost Beast and Stormer. Advertisement for the Brainify app, and advertisement for Lego Club, and that's pretty much it. So let's go ahead and move on to the end of the video. So Frost Beast here is definitely one of my favorite of the Brain Attack beasts, at least of the ones that I own. If I had a Dragon Bolt set, that one would probably be my favorite, but this is currently my favorite of the ones that I own. So some things that I really like about him. Overall, I like the color scheme, maybe apart from the black. I feel like that sort of breaks it. The dark bluish gray it just sort of blends well with it. It doesn't really, I guess, go against the color scheme too much, but the black does sort of go against it, I guess. But I like the color scheme overall. I do think the red accents are good. I like the build. It's not just a very simple Hero Factory build like with a lot of the other sets such as Evo and some of the other beasts as well, like Pyrox. But yeah, I really do like Pyrox's design, his build. I think it is still very simple, but it's a lot less simple than a lot of the other Brain Attack sets that were released at the time. Yeah, so other things that I do like, I like all the new pieces he came with and recolors and all that, so these pieces were pretty cool to get at the time. Also, this blade in that color was pretty cool. These claw pieces were pretty cool in that color. And then, of course, the armor shells in that trans light blue color was pretty great to get as well. Now, for things that I don't like about this set. Now, I mentioned two things, but I've just sort of realized maybe, like, one other thing. So one thing that I don't really like is the fact that when you try to pick up this guy and you try to get him at the waist, then that just comes off really easily. So, because there's sort of, like, there's a gap in between when you put the armor plate on, like there's a gap right in there, and that just, yeah, it just causes that piece to fall off, so I don't like that. And then also, this piece does come off as well a lot, because that's rubber, and it doesn't have a very strong connection. But one more thing that I realized that I do like, and this is not like sort of a specific flaw with this specific set. A lot of the Brain Attack creatures sort of suffer from this, but the red eyes don't completely fill up the eye outline of the mask or face or whatever. You can sort of see like the blue in between it, and that's something I don't really like. I feel like that sort of throws off this set a little bit, but that's something that all of the Brain Attack creatures suffer from. But overall, I really like this set. I would say if you can get him for a fairly cheap price online, I would recommend getting him. I would recommend getting Dragon Bolt first, even though I don't actually own that set myself. I'd say he's probably the better one between those two. But honestly, I would say Frost Beast here is probably the second best, and I can't really say that for sure and with certainty, because of course I don't own all of the beasts. I don't own Dragon Bolt. I also don't own Aquagon, but this is definitely one of my favorites of the ones that I own. But overall, that's pretty much all I have to say about this set. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and keep building.